Alright, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another beer review. It's Dave,
Maury, Mark,
and Pat from the Erie Better Beer Bureau.
Today we got the Hardywood. This is their Bourbon Sidamo Stout, which is their coffee stout, Imperial coffee stout, excuse me, and aged in bourbon barrels. It runs in at 10.3%.
55 IBUs.
Yeah, Mark was nice enough to bring this 750 over for us to drink here.
Well, there's no shortage of bourbon there.
Or coffee. I'm getting a nice vanilla smell out of this one,
Lots
too.
of vanilla.
Oak and vanilla, yeah.
I mean,
tons of vanilla.
for not having vanilla in it, I'd get a lot of bourbon and vanilla out of it.
Yeah.
Cocoa. A little cocoa, touch of chocolate or something.
It's very rich smelling.
Very.
Yeah.
And it looked like a little bit of a kind of a see-through brown when we poured it,
Yeah.
so it's not the darkest Imperial Stout, but it's not short on barrel character in the nose, that's for sure.
And it's a creamy looking beer, though.
It is, yeah.
I mean,
I'm not getting a ton of coffee. I'm getting a bit, but to
No.
me, bourbon, vanilla, a little bit of chocolate or cocoa,
and a
like
little
you were
coffee,
saying,
yeah.
and a little bit of coffee in there. So there's a sweetness.
And frankly, it can't get a better temperature right now.
No,
I
this
mean,
is
this thing's
perfect.
perfect. Yeah, let's get in on this taste here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice mouth feel. Wow.
Feels way thicker than it looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's oaky. Bourbon,
Very
you know.
oaky.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I'm getting a crap load of vanilla on the taste, too.
Actually, that's probably the most prevalent bourbon taste I'm getting out of it. It's just
I
vanilla.
mean, they should change it to the bourbon vanilla stout, because this thing is chock full of it.
I get vanilla, but then right behind that, I get a wall of almost cocoa and chocolate.
Yeah.
And it has like almost like a little bit of a chalky, powdery texture on the
right.
tongue.
Yeah.
Kind of I mean, it finishes all bourbon and wood.
Very dry on the finish, yeah.
But there's a kiss of sweetness there as well. It's like dry and sweet on the back end at the same
Yeah.
time.
I'll be honest, I'm not getting a whole ton of coffee.
Me neither.
No.
I think right on the very end, there's a little bit of the coffee bitterness.
Like a lingering bitterness from the coffee bean.
But
Even
and the
that's-
oils.
It's real mild.
It's more like a dark chocolate, I think. Like
Yeah.
a dark
Oh, yeah.
cocoa
Yeah.
flavor.
But it's definitely a real creamy beer. You know, mouthfeel for me is the determining factor on a stout, and this thing's got a money mouthfeel on it. I'm going to go 4.25 on this one. Literally on mouthfeel alone. It is money. I mean, it's got a 4.25 of a mouthfeel. You know, although advertised as a coffee stout, I could use a lot more coffee, to be honest with you. But I do enjoy the bourbon and the vanilla in there. It's got a nice oak finish on it. 4.25.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I could use a little bit more coffee as well, but it's a 4.25 for me. And, you know, for some of the reasons you said, I love the mouth feel on it. I like the cocoa, and the big vanilla flavor is what really, along with the mouth feel, gets it up there for me. 4.25.
I'm going to go a little bit higher. I'm going to go a 4.5. I was going to go a 4.25, but I mean, as we're drinking this, it's starting to get a little bit more complex. More of the flavors starting to come out. When I'm thinking of an Imperial Stout, maybe a little bit more body and a little bit more full flavor. But, you know, I just like how this one changes it up a little bit. Like he throws in that cola thing.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it's pretty complex for the style of beer it is. So I would just go one up on it.
I have to say, Pat, now that you said
Yeah.
cola, man.
Well, for my rating, I'm going to agree with Mark. I'm actually going to give it a 4.5. First of all, for a barrel-aged Imperial Stout, this is amazingly drinkable. Like,
It is.
I'm
We
actually
didn't
slowing
mention-
myself down from throwing this one down because it's so drinkable. But yeah, it's a great combination. You get a little bit of coffee, this nice dark chocolate kind of cocoa-rich flavor. The vanilla, the straight-up vanilla, is a great contrast with it. And it's just a very pleasant kind of oaky bourbon finish on the end with some cola. I'll give it a 4.5. It's really enjoyable.
Till next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.